Clan Jade Falcon. Named for a genetically engineered Eden predator, Clan Jade Falcon has historically ranked among the most powerful and active clans. Aggressive and tenacious, this clan constantly strives to advance its own agenda without losing sight of Nicholas Kerensky's teachings, as the Falcons interpret them. Staunch traditionalists, the Falcons were the driving force behind the development of the Crusader philosophy. History. The Falcons performed admirably in the liberation of the Pentagon worlds, but fell short of Nicholas Kerensky's expectations. His decision to join the Wolf clan gave rise to a bitter feud between the two clans that continues to this day. After shaking off the near-fatal malaise that had gripped them in the wake of Kerensky's choice, the Falcons transformed their clan into one of the most foremost advocates of the founder's ideals. Viewed as hidebound by some other clans, the Falcons developed mercantile and military interests simultaneously. Taking a slower approach than other clans brought them sustainable growth with appropriate support from the civilian castes, and the Falcons ended the Golden Century as one of the most powerful of the clans. The Falcons led the Crusader movement to invade the Inner Sphere, and continued to push for invasion despite the Wolf clan's blocking tactics. Their efforts ultimately won them a place in Operation Revival, and Falcon Khan Elias Crichell became one of ilkhan Leo Schauer's most trusted advisors. The Falcons did not perform as well as expected, however, and so ilkhan Ulrich Kerensky paired them with the Steel Vipers, one of their bitterest rivals, after ilkhan Schauer's death. Achieving a draw against the Comguards on Tukyid restored some of their prestige, but they chafed under the truce signed by ilkhan Kerensky. Society. The Falcons believe wholeheartedly in the right of the warrior caste to rule. True-born warriors look down on freeborns, and all warriors look down on the other castes. Unlike the extremist Smoke Jaguars, however, the Falcons recognise the importance of the civilian castes to the war effort. While often brusque in their dealings with civilians, Falcon warriors recognise that the touman would suffer without their efforts. Falcon civilians therefore enjoy a standard of living above average for the clan worlds, in recognition of their contribution to society. Given their martial bent, the Falcons have an unusually large mercantile network, second only to that of the business-minded diamond sharks. Without the materials to fight, warriors are nothing. Because the merchant caste provides those materials, its members receive considerable support. Similarly, members of the scientist caste command considerable respect for their wide-ranging work on behalf of the clan. However, this respect does not translate into much personal freedom. The Falcons have always crushed rebellion without mercy. Such a hardline approach works well with the clansmen, who know what to expect, but has caused problems with the Falcons' inner sphere populations. Clan Wolf exploited Falcon heavy-handedness during the Refusal War, as did Archon Princess Catherine Steiner-Davian, more recently when she sent agents to incite unrest on those worlds. The Falcons frequently take bondsmen, though a bondsman is often harshly treated while wearing the bond cord. Little stigma is attached to those who accepted into the clan. The sole exceptions are fire mandrill warriors taken as Isola during the recent harvest trials, largely because they have refused to integrate with the Falcons, a situation that leaves the proud Falcons completely mystified. Historically, the Jade Falcons preferred deeds over words, but recent years have seen a number of politically astute Khans. After the political power games of Khan Elias Crichell brought the Falcons to the brink of destruction, his successor, Martha Pride, immediately returned to the clan's more action-oriented tradition and launched an invasion of the Lyran Alliance to prove her clan's strength. The events of the past few years, however, have convinced Khan Pride not to neglect politics completely. In recent months she shook the foundations of society when she allowed a freeborn, albeit one born to two trueborns, to compete in trials for the Pride blood name. Military. Despite being badly bloodied during the Refusal War, the Falcon military remained strong. Upon taking office, Khan Pride took a number of actions to rebuild her forces, including an invasion of the Lyran Alliance to blood new recruits. Though under strength on paper, they remained more than a match for most of the home clans, and demonstrated their potency against Clan Steel Viper. Historically, the touman contained a broad mix of troops with no one branch dominant. Since the Refusal War, the touman has been forced to rely more on second-line equipment, though this will likely change as the clan continues to rebuild. Falcon frontline clusters comprise 5 trinaries, usually 3 of omnimechs and elementals, and 1 of aerospace fighters. Second-line clusters contain between 2 and 4 trinaries. Possessions. Worlds, 62, clan space, 9 worlds, 2 exclusive, 7 shared. In the Inner Sphere, 53. Despite their losses in the Refusal War, the Jade Falcons remain one of the most powerful clans. In addition to the 53 worlds they hold in the Inner Sphere, 14 recently taken from Clan Steel Viper, they have enclaves on 9 clan worlds. Ironhold, which the Falcons hold outright, is their capital and the location of their primary training facility. The planet serves as the clan's administrative capital, though the Khans usually work from either Strana Mekti or the new Inner Sphere provincial capital on Sudaten.